Have you ever thought about the foods you're eating and how they could be affecting your heart health? Maybe you've noticed that as we age, our bodies just don't work the same way they used to, and it's easy to feel like you're doing everything you can to stay healthy. But there are small habits that we can overlook, and one of the biggest mistakes many of us make is in our diet. Did you know that some foods you might be eating regularly are actually increasing your risk of stroke and heart disease? Now, I know it's not always easy to change the way we eat, especially when certain foods have been a part of our routine for years. But the truth is, by making just a few adjustments, we can make a world of difference in how we feel and how well we protect our health. That's why today, we're going to talk about 5 foods that you might want to stop eating to protect your heart health and reduce your risk of stroke. These aren't drastic changes, but they can have a lasting impact on your life. You're here because you want to live longer, healthier, and with more energy, right? Well, that starts with understanding what to avoid. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 foods that could be silently sabotaging your health, and how to make small but powerful changes that will keep your heart in tip-top shape. So, let's dive in. The first food you'll want to avoid if you want to reduce your stroke risk is one that many people reach for without thinking: processed meats. Think about your favorite deli sandwich or that delicious bacon sizzling on the stove. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and even some deli meats are loaded with unhealthy fats, preservatives, and sodium. While they might be tasty, they come at a high price when it comes to heart health. These meats often contain high levels of sodium, which can cause your blood pressure to spike. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of stroke, as it puts strain on your blood vessels and can lead to a rupture or blockage. Plus, processed meats are packed with saturated fats that can clog your arteries over time, making it harder for blood to flow freely. The more your arteries become blocked or narrowed, the higher your risk for heart disease and stroke. But don't worry, there's good news. You don't have to give up your love for a good sandwich or breakfast treat completely. Instead of reaching for that bacon or sausage, try swapping in leaner alternatives. Opt for grilled chicken, turkey, or even plant-based options like tofu or tempeh. If you're craving that savory flavor, you can try adding some natural spices or herbs to bring the taste to life without the unhealthy fats. This is a small change that can help protect your heart without giving up the flavors you love. Next up, let's talk about refined grains. Foods like white bread, white rice, and pasta made with refined flour. Many people turn to these comfort foods because they're easy to prepare and taste great. But when it comes to heart health, they don't do your body any favors. Refined grains are stripped of their fiber and nutrients, and they can cause spikes in your blood sugar levels. When your blood sugar is constantly elevated, it can lead to inflammation, which damages your blood vessels over time. This type of inflammation is another risk factor for stroke, as it makes your blood vessels less flexible and more prone to plaque buildup. It also contributes to insulin resistance, which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes, a condition that significantly increases your risk for heart disease and stroke. So, what's the alternative? The good news is that there are plenty of delicious options that can take the place of refined grains. Switch to whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat pasta, and oats. These grains are packed with fiber, which helps regulate your blood sugar and reduce inflammation. They're not only better for your heart, but they also keep you feeling full longer and can even help with weight management. It's all about making those small changes, one step at a time. And before you know it, you'll be feeling better and more energized. Now that we've covered processed meats and refined grains, let's move on to another culprit that might be sneaking into your diet more often than you realize. Trans fats. You've probably heard about them before, but do you really know why they're so harmful? Trans fats are artificially created fats found in many processed foods, baked goods, and even some margarine. These fats are bad for your health because they raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, while lowering your good cholesterol, HDL. This creates an unhealthy balance in your blood, which can lead to the hardening of your arteries and increase your risk for heart disease and stroke. Trans fats are often hidden in foods like pastries, cookies, fried foods, and packaged snacks. Even some so-called healthy products can contain trans fats, so it's important to read food labels carefully. Although trans fats have been banned in many countries, they can still be found in some processed foods. If you've been eating a lot of these foods, it's time to rethink your choices. Instead of relying on processed snacks or packaged baked goods, try making your own healthy versions at home using heart-healthy oils like olive oil or avocado oil. You'll be able to enjoy the foods you love without the harmful fats. Plus, cooking at home gives you more control over the ingredients, so you can make sure you're nourishing your body in the best way possible. Now that we've covered processed meats, refined grains, and trans fats, let's keep this momentum going and move into the next part, where we'll talk about the final 2 foods that could be silently increasing your risk of stroke. Stay tuned. Your heart health journey is just getting started. Now that we've covered processed meats, refined grains, and trans fats, let's move on to another food group that many people tend to overlook: sugary snacks and drinks. We all know that a sweet treat every now and then is hard to resist. Whether it's a sugary soda, a candy bar, or even a muffin with your coffee, these indulgences can be very tempting. But did you know that regularly consuming sugary snacks and drinks can significantly impact your heart health and increase your stroke risk? When you eat too much sugar, your body has to work overtime to process it. Over time, this can lead to high blood sugar levels, which, as we discussed earlier, contribute to inflammation in the blood vessels. This inflammation makes your arteries less flexible, which increases the chances of blockages. High blood sugar also plays a role in the development of type 2 diabetes. And we know that diabetes is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. The danger of sugary drinks like sodas and sweetened juices is particularly high because they cause your blood sugar to spike quickly. When you drink sugary beverages, they are absorbed into your bloodstream faster than solid foods, leading to an immediate increase in blood sugar levels. This not only affects your heart health, but it can also contribute to weight gain, as sugary drinks often have empty calories that don't fill you up but still add extra fat around your waist. So, what can you do to reduce your intake of sugary snacks and drinks while still satisfying your sweet tooth? The answer lies in healthier alternatives. If you crave a soda, try switching to sparkling water with a splash of lemon or lime. If you're after something sweet, opt for fresh fruit like berries, apples, or grapes, nature's candy, full of fiber and vitamins. You can also explore making homemade smoothies with natural ingredients like yogurt, spinach, and a bit of honey to satisfy that craving for something sweet in a much healthier way. Next, let's turn our attention to another common food group that can wreak havoc on your heart health: fried foods. We've all been there, right? Whether it's a fried chicken dinner or a crispy fried snack, the crunch can be irresistible. But if you're looking to protect your heart and reduce your risk of stroke, you'll want to think twice before indulging in fried foods on a regular basis. Fried foods are high in unhealthy fats, especially trans fats, which we just talked about. These fats raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, levels and lower your good cholesterol, HDL, levels. This imbalance can lead to plaque buildup in your arteries, narrowing them and making it harder for blood to flow freely. Over time, this can increase your risk of both heart disease and stroke. Frying foods also creates a chemical reaction that results in the formation of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which can cause inflammation and damage to your blood vessels. This damage, combined with the unhealthy fats, puts you at a higher risk for developing cardiovascular problems. The good news is, you don't have to give up your favorite crispy foods entirely. Instead of frying, try baking, grilling, or air frying your meals. These cooking methods give you that satisfying crispiness without the harmful oils. You can also try coating your food in healthier alternatives, like whole wheat breadcrumbs, instead of the traditional refined ones. This way, you can still enjoy the crunch you love but in a heart-healthy way. By replacing fried foods with healthier cooking methods and ingredients, you're not only reducing your stroke risk but also improving your overall health in the process. And the best part? These healthier alternatives still taste delicious. Now that we've tackled sugary snacks and drinks, as well as fried foods, we're well on our way to making better choices for our health. But there's one more important food group we need to discuss, the one that's often hidden in many packaged foods: high-sodium foods. This is one that many people aren't always aware of, but it can have a huge impact on your heart health. High sodium intake is directly linked to high blood pressure, which, as we know, is one of the main contributors to stroke. When you consume too much salt, it causes your body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in your vessels. This puts extra pressure on your arteries and heart, making it harder for blood to flow freely. Over time, this can cause damage to your blood vessels and raise your risk of a stroke. The problem is that many packaged foods, even those that don't taste particularly salty, are loaded with sodium. Things like canned soups, pre-packaged meals, frozen dinners, and even some snacks can have excessive amounts of salt. The recommended daily sodium intake for adults is about 2.300 milligrams. But many of us unknowingly consume much more than that. To lower your sodium intake, start by reading food labels carefully. Opt for fresh, whole foods whenever possible, and when you do buy packaged products, look for lower sodium options. You can also season your meals with herbs and spices like garlic, basil, or thyme, rather than reaching for the salt shaker. By cutting back on sodium, you're not only helping your heart, but you'll also feel better overall. As you can see, making small changes to your diet can have a huge impact on your heart health and reduce your risk of stroke. By avoiding processed meats, refined grains, trans fats, sugary snacks, fried foods, and high-sodium options, you're taking control of your health and giving your heart the best chance for a long, healthy life. In the next part of the video, we'll wrap up with a few final steps you can take to protect your heart and improve your overall well-being. Stay with us, we're almost there. We've covered a lot of ground already, haven't we? By now, you should have a much clearer idea of how certain foods, like processed meats, refined grains, sugary snacks, fried foods, and high-sodium products, can silently put your heart at risk and increase your chances of a stroke. But don't worry, making those changes doesn't mean you have to give up all the flavors you love. Small, mindful swaps can make a huge difference, and you'll find that you feel better, more energized, and more in control of your health. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the last food group you might not even realize is affecting your heart health: alcohol. While a glass of wine or a beer every now and then may seem harmless, drinking too much alcohol can have serious consequences for your heart and your overall health. Excessive alcohol consumption is linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, and an increased risk of stroke. Alcohol can also disrupt the balance of your cholesterol levels. Just like trans fats, it can raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, and lower your good cholesterol, HDL, making it harder for your heart to stay healthy. In addition, alcohol can lead to weight gain, which further increases your risk for stroke and other cardiovascular diseases. And if you drink regularly, it can put extra strain on your liver, leading to a range of health problems that affect your heart. That doesn't mean you have to eliminate alcohol completely, but it's important to drink in moderation. For most people, that means no more than 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men. And if you've been used to drinking more, cutting back gradually can help you adjust without feeling deprived. You can also explore non-alcoholic beverages like sparkling water with a splash of lime or herbal teas that are just as refreshing and can still help you unwind. So, what can we take away from all of this? It's clear that the foods we eat and the habits we maintain as we age play a significant role in our heart health and our risk of stroke. But the good news is that it's never too late to start making healthier choices. Small adjustments in your diet, like swapping out processed meats for lean proteins, cutting back on sugary drinks, and opting for healthier cooking methods, can lead to big improvements in how you feel and how well your heart performs. Remember, you don't have to make all these changes overnight. Start by tackling 1 or 2 foods at a time. You might find that as you eliminate one harmful food, you naturally start craving healthier options. It's all about taking that first step and giving your body the chance to thrive with the right nutrients. And remember, it's not just about the foods you avoid, it's also about what you include in your diet. Incorporate plenty of heart-healthy options like fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods will help reduce inflammation, regulate your blood pressure, and provide your body with the energy it needs to keep going strong. It's important to stay motivated and remind yourself that these small changes don't just protect your heart, they protect your entire well-being. It's about giving yourself the best chance to live a longer, healthier life. You deserve to feel vibrant and full of energy at any age. And the choices you make today will pave the way for a brighter, healthier tomorrow. I want to encourage you to take action today. Share in the comments below. What changes are you going to make in your diet? Have you already started making healthier choices? Let's support each other on this journey to better heart health and a longer, more fulfilling life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit from this information. Together, we can live our best lives, no matter what age we are. Here's to your health and happiness. Cheers to living your best life, one heart-healthy choice at a time.